With no remorse. Her cry means nothing. But no more will she cry in vain. Her adversary.
Good evening and thanks for joining us on Nationwide today. I'm Elizabeth Omori. The newly appointed ambassadors, consuls general in charge of the affairs of the country, have been tasked to attend to all Nigerians that come their way with utmost dignity, respect and promptness. Declaring open an induction as well as orientation exercise for the newly appointees, President Muhammadu Buhari said they must at all times provide necessary assistance to those in need with courtesy, commitment and efficiency. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports.
Primary responsibilities of Nigeria and the countries you are posted rest on you. I urge you to go out and serve with uttermost dedication and pride.
In doing so, President Muhammadu Buhari said the new envoys must not forget to effectively represent Nigeria and project her as great and indivisible nation, as well as a very attractive investment destination.
As principal representatives abroad, you must therefore intensify efforts to leverage on available opportunities, as well as your goodwill to help deliver prosperity to the millions of Nigerian citizens at home and the country you are posted. Your comportment, courage, conduct, and ability to multitask must be exemplary. Humility and firmness are attributes that can earn you and your country respect and recognition. These attributes must remain with every one of you in the fulfillment of your duties.
The President enumerated 9 priority areas, including building a thriving and sustainable economy, fighting corruption, enhancing social inclusion and poverty reduction, attaining energy sufficiency in power and petroleum products, improving security, and expanding access to quality education, healthcare, and productivity of Nigerians as guiding principles for the nation's policy direction and thrust.
I therefore urge all of you to be guided by these identified priority goals, as well as your various station charters, which highlight specific mandates and guidelines on government's expectations. We expect you to fight hard for Nigeria and for Nigerians abroad. You must strive to promote trade, human capacity development, foreign direct investment, and other areas of cooperation with countries at national and multilateral levels to support our national growth and development.
And as national and global resources continue to shrink as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, President Buhari made a case for the global community to commit itself resolutely to concerted actions towards fighting and defeating what he called the common enemy together.
Nigeria's diplomacy must make sufficient contributions to common global challenges on how this health pandemic can be contained and eventually defeated. But we must not forget The traditional challenges of terrorism, violent extremism, climate change, poverty, and other manifestations of insecurity, as well as the proliferation of small arms and light weapons, which have negatively impacted Nigeria and Africa, remain part of our nation's critical challenges.
The president implored the new envoys to pay due attention to these continuing challenges in order to register successes for Nigeria and Nigerians as the country engages the world. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Away from diplomatic matters, President Muhammadu Buhari has asked the Senate to confirm Mr. Abdulrasheed Bawah as substantive chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. In a letter to the Senate President Ahmed Lawan, the President said he is acting in accordance with paragraph 2.3 of Part 1, Cap E1 of EFCC Act 2004. Bawah 40 is a trained EFCC investigator with vast experience in the investigation and prosecution of advance fee fraud, official corruption, bank fraud, money laundering and other economic crimes. He has undergone several specialized trainings in different parts of the world and was one of the pioneer EFCC cadet officers in 2005. Meanwhile, the Senate has received executive communication from President Muhammadu Buhari seeking the confirmation of the appointment of Abdulrasheed Bawah as chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, after reading the presidential request, announced that the screening of Abdulrasheed Bawah, acting chairman of the EFCC, shall be in plenary in accordance with Senate tradition. The Senate had twice, in two different occasions in 2016 and 2017, rejected the confirmation of the suspended acting chairman of the commission, Ibrahim Magu. Now, critical stakeholders of northern extraction are strategizing to prevent reprisal and further escalation of the Shasha market killing in Oyo State and other social unrest threatening the existing peace in most parts of the country. This was in a resolution reached at the end of an emergency security meeting between the Northern Governors Forum and Forum of Northern Elders. Abubakar Usman Akwanga has details.
The high-profile meeting attracted Chairman of the Northern Governors Forum and Governor of Plateau State, Samuel Bako Lalong, and representatives of governors from the three geopolitical zones of the region, as well as elders of Northern Extraction, led by Professor Abdullahi Angu. The meeting resolved to take appropriate steps in ensuring that the unfortunate and avoidable killings in Shasha Market in Oyo State and other violent crimes threatening the corporate existence of the country are addressed.
Part of the meeting came out, we should find ways of also calming the nerves and also to assure our northern brothers that yes, measures have been taken. We don't want to say we will talk about asking people to go away, but then when you have issues like this, you look at the way forward, very matured way forward, and that was what we discussed. And then also to address some of the issues, the problem that is expected on the side of government, both federal and state governors.
We've urged Northerners to exercise restraint and maturity and responsibility. We are asking Nigerians from the southern part of the country to desist acts that provoke other Nigerians. We believe that every Nigerian owes a duty to be responsible and to recognize the fact that this is one country. We have people all over the place. The last thing we want in the north is for any attack on anybody who is innocent.
The leaders say a delegation of northern governors has met with Governor of Oyo State, Seyi Makinde, to prevent further breach of peace and bring perpetrators of the heinous crime to justice. In Abuja, Abubakar Usman Akwanga, NTA News.
The recurring ethnic clashes in the country have been described as a systemic attack on Nigeria's food security and an attempt to disintegrate the nation. Ekemini Williams reports that security and political experts say Nigeria must strengthen its criminal justice system. This was on Good Morning Nigeria. We're discussing the topic, dousing ethnic tension in Nigeria.
Panelists unanimously attribute the incessant ethnic clashes to what they term locally minded educational system, uncontrolled use of social media, and selfish political ambitions.
our education has been so localized that we no longer mix very well. We no longer travel as we should because either this of insecurity, the roads are not good, or for so many other reasons, life has become easy. So people have been so localized in their own provincial corners. And what they do is they sit and listen or receive information from alternative sources like the social media, information that are craftily manufactured with poisonous intentions in order to cause mischief in the general society.
Although it is to be expected because the year 2023 is around the corner, political pundits who feel they have to fan the embers of ethnic and religious differences before they can make it politically, trying to do what they know best.
They suggest some ways to douse the ethnic tensions, which include the concept of residency as a basis of citizenship.
Let's start from the family unit and let them know the importance of working with each other, relating with each other. That's why you see people get a job, they come to the place with preconceived hatred. They come, they just see you. Oh, this man is, Juma is from us. I don't like her.
If you live in a place for up to, we can say 5 years or 10 years, you are entitled to everything that happens there. That's one way that we can bring ourselves together.
They also reiterated the need for Nigeria to promote national integration, irrespective of ethnicity, as well as improving technology and redefining national policies. In Abuja, Ekemini Williams, NTA News.
Nigeria's principal envoys are expected to prioritize on more engagements of foreign partners in all diplomatic platforms to attract huge direct investments. At this time, Nigeria is diversifying the economy and changing the global perception about the country. These are some new tasks for Nigeria's ambassadors designate. Diplomatic correspondent Usman Ali reports.
Nigeria, being the most connected diplomatic power in Africa, an international profile which President Buhari has been building since 2015, seeks to put the country at the center of global affairs and as well expand the international reach. And that is why the government policies seek huge infrastructure funds from partner nations to create new capital projects and trading corridors. The tasks and engagement here are another efforts in establishing a robust diplomatic infrastructure and a practical step to bolstering Nigeria's diplomatic influence.
The result of the Buhari doctrine is that Nigeria is on good terms with every country in the world, no exception. So this fact alone will make your jobs as envoys of Mr. President much easier.
It is vital that your undertakings on behalf of the country validate the trust and confidence by your sovereign, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
You are all aware that His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari is deeply committed to strengthen diplomatic ties with other countries.
You must brace yourself for both the honor and the challenges that go with your new positions.
96 ambassadors designate, 8 consuls general, and 5 charge d'affaires are going out for the Nigerian missions. In Abuja, Usman Aliu, NTA News.
To other matters, Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed says his attention has been drawn to the statement credited to one Yakini Nabena, who was described as the Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the All Progressives Congress in the ongoing APC membership registration in Kwara State. He said Nabena, Lai Mohammed said, must have been speaking for himself as the APC National Caretaker Committee, as presently constituted, has no position like that of Deputy National Publicity Secretary. As part of the resolutions from its last meeting in Abuja on December 8, 2020, the APC NEC approved the immediate dissolution of the party's organs as polling units, wards, local governments, states and zonal levels, as well as the non-National Working Committee component of the NEC, and the immediate reconstitution a recomposition of the dissolved ESCOs to serve in their respective offices in a caretaker committee capacity, but excluding the non-working committee members of NEC as things stand. Therefore, anyone claiming to be the Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the APC is an impostor. Hence, I will not dignify such a pretender with a response, the minister added. Nigerian ambassador to Germany has described the achievements recorded by the present APC administration as outstanding despite some security challenges bedeviling some parts of the country. Bolak Afsat reports that the ambassador made the comment while revalidating his APC membership in Kebbi State.
Shortly after revalidating his membership of the All Progressive Congress APC, Yusuf Maitama told newsmen that the president has brought reforms in the agricultural sector and massive infrastructural development across all regions in the country.
There has been no other government that has implemented the type of infrastructure projects as this current administration. President Muhammad Buhari, second Niger bridge ongoing. The rice mills, there's rice farming going on. You know, the farmers are growing more. You know, their output has increased.
Commenting on Headers farmers' clash, he attributed the situation to search for arable land and called on both parties to come to a truce through dialogue. He asserted that APC is still popular in the nation, given the turnout in Odubo, where he revalidated his membership. In Bauchi, Bulak Afsa, NTA News.
You're watching Nationwide on NTA. Time now to head to Lagos, where Dotun Ogunyemi will be our guide. Hello, Dotun.
Elizabeth, welcome to Lagos. In furtherance of its efforts to rid the metropolis of unapproved structures that alter the master plan of the state, the Lagos State Building Control Agency has pulled down structures erected without permit in Ilupeju area of Lagos State. Musa Toliat has details.
Lack of approval to commence construction and defiance to conform with building regulations resulted in the removal of this building located at Olotunda Street in Ilupeju. Defiance in violation of building regulations code in Lagos State will face no other sanction than this. Now, this is actually a pointer by the Lagos Building Control Agency to all those who would be without regulations that such fate will actually befall them. Officials of the Lagos State Building Control Agency say they need to create a deterrent and ensure that buildings in Lagos State are designed, constructed, and maintained to higher standards of safety necessitated the enforcement.
You don't need to build on top of the drainage. You don't have to do something that is illegal and expect that the government will legalize it for you.
This is to send a signal to the developers and the owners that you just have to get your permit. You just have to get your approval.
The owner of this building under construction had a close shave because only the fence is constructed on the drainage and was subsequently pulled down.
And at the point they mark you, you are almost due for demolition.
In Lagos, Musa Tolial, NTA News.
Modern equipment and strategic approaches remain critical components in prompt response to emergency situations. This explains the reason for the procurement of a new firefighting equipment by the Federal Fire Service. Adeola Komiakere reports that the Controller General, Liman Ibrahim, on a working visit to Lagos, also flagged off 2 weeks training for personnel.
Fire disasters have become common and in most cases avoidable occurrences that sometimes claim lives and property of victims. For instance, the Ido fire incident that gutted warehouses recently in Lagos is one of the many incidences. Acquisition of this hydraulic platform and area firefighting truck by the Federal Fire Service therefore became necessary considering the complexity of fire disasters and the need to respond real time. The equipment, according to the Controller General of the Federal Fire Service, is capable of fighting fire in high-rise buildings as well as enhanced rescue operations.
We can use it up to 18th floor of any building. And this vehicle is going to be stationed here in Lagos by the grace of God after completion of the training by our personnel and the commissioning. So for now, it is only this one that is functional in our operation fleet.
This administration, in fact, has been very, very, very determined in pursuit of equipment to support our infrastructure development. And if anything else, we must commend them for that.
The 54 meters hydraulic platform is said to be the tallest in the country, and training of firefighting personnel for its operation has been flagged off by the Controller General of the Federal Fire Service. In Lagos, Adeola Komiakiri, NTA News.
The West African Examination Council has released the result of candidates who wrote the November-December examination. Head of the sub-regional examination body, Patrick Aregan, at a media briefing in Lagos, said 24,491 candidates obtained 5 credits in English and mathematics and senior school certificate examinations for private candidates in the year 2020 in Nigeria. Olumide Iguntola reports.
A total of 61,509 candidates who sat for the examination have their results fully processed and released, while 398 candidates have few of their subjects still being processed due to errors on the part of the candidates. The result of 5,548 candidates are being withheld in connection with various reported cases of examination malpractices.
The analysis of the statistics of the performance of candidates shows that out of the 61,509 candidates that sat the examination, 31,751 candidates, representing 51.62%, obtained credit and above in a minimum of 5 subjects, with or without English language and or mathematics.
Though no case of coronavirus was recorded amongst participants during the examination, the national officer, while noting a decline in the number of candidates registered compared with year 2019, attributed the decline to the fear of COVID-19. He advised candidates to check their results on the council's website, adding that the process of enrolling school candidates for the 2021 examinations has commenced. In Lagos, Olumide Iguntola, NTA News.
And those are the stories from here. Let's now take a break. Nationwide continues shortly.
Hello, I bring you wonderful news. The village headmaster is coming back to your screen. Mo wire abi mi o wire. Teacher yo mo, a fẹ́ lọ wá nǹkan jẹ. Teacher jọ̀wọ́, a fẹ́ lọ wá nǹkan jẹ. Ọmọ onírẹsì ti dé.
Go na better school for last gidi. Not be all this on a rugged school for Ijabi. I don't know for you.
Second, it's called Oja Village. Kadesi. We know happy at all.
And I know that even you too, you are getting a lot of orders. Hey, we are trying, shao. Sweep her leg out. She was standing there. Sweep it.
I love you so much.
And how did I give you the impression that I was interested in that position?
50-year anniversary.
You mean anniversary?
I mean, I talk with that now.
Not for me. Not for me because of Pamio.
From dusk to dawn, 24 hours a day, NTA International is with you in your living room, office, everywhere and anywhere. We provide the company you desire in terms of balanced and up-to-date news, programs and the best of entertainment. Tune in to DSTV channel 251, GoTV channel 91, Freeview UK channel 264, or you can download www.visiontv.co.uk. App for iOS or Android. You can also see us on Facebook and YouTube for quality content on the go. NTA International, Africa's window to the world.
After sharing the spoils in their last meeting, Southampton will be looking to secure all 3 points when they welcome the Blues to St. Mary's. This Saturday, it's Southampton versus Chelsea on the Premier League Live, showing on the network service of the NTA from 1:30 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Axis Bank, Babai Jebu, Lipton, and Close Up, in association with Go.com.
Thanks for staying with the NTA. The National Steering Committee on the Alternative School Feeding Program, initiated by President Muhammadu Buhari, says the high number of out-of-school children in the country will soon be brought to its barest. Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadia Umar Farouk, said this at the inaugural meeting of the committee in Abuja. Muplan Dakok reports.
Data shows that Nigeria is leading countries with out-of-school children in the world. To remove Nigeria's name from this infamous list, President Buhari launched the Alternate School Program ASP in January 2021 with a view to ensuring every out-of-school child in the country gains access to quality basic education. The National Steering Committee is charting a strategic direction for the program.
We have come up with subcommittees that will work to implement this program. We have also constituted a technical working group that will develop an SOP for the implementation.
The alternate school program is expected to reach children who have not had any form of formal education by taking knowledge right to their doorsteps.
It's not a one-size-fits-all. There is no uniform program. Or there will be uniform identification, uniform attestation, and then the curriculum will be delivered to them using different methodologies. Some of them by direct approach, some of them may be by technology.
The program, being handled by the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and the Ministry of Education, targets 50% of out-of-school children by the end of President Buhari's administration. In Abuja, Muplang Dakok, NTA News.
For more reports on Nationwide, let's join Asmao in our Sokoto studio. Hello, Asmao.
Elizabeth, good afternoon and welcome to Sokoto. Health personnel in Kebbi State are undergoing training on sample collections and laboratory analysis of COVID-19 carriers in the state. The training is to equip the participants on how to offer treatment to those infected to contain the spread of the virus. Usman Abdullahi Shehu reports that the 21 local governments in the state are expected to be covered within 2 weeks of the exercise.
The State Commissioner of Health, Alhaji Jafar Muhammad, said the state-level training of ramp-up tests is aimed to mitigate the impact of COVID-19 pandemic with the view to significantly increase sample collection and laboratory testing in the state. Jafar Muhammad said the state government was requested by the National Center for Disease Control to have at least a minimum of 450 samples from each of the 21 local government areas in the state in the ramp-up testing program.
We are on continuous working. We have the disease surveillance officer, we have the risk communication. We are in preventive measures applied throughout the state.
The commissioner stated that from the samples collected, they will be able to have an idea on the spread or transmission of the deadly coronavirus generally in the state. In his presentation, the Director of Public Health, State Ministry of Health, Bagudu Muhammad, said Kebbi State has recorded about 5,000 samples testing so far, of which 306 are positive life, with a total death of 13. One of the resource persons, the Chief Medical Director of Sayahaya Memorial Hospital, Birnin Kebbi, Dr. Aminu Haliru Bunza, urged the people of the state to adhere to personal hygiene and observe COVID-19 protocols at all times. The program is expected to last for 2 weeks. Usman Abdullahi Shehu, NTA News.
Kebbi State government has donated 8 Toyota Hilux and 20 motorcycles to the 1 Brigade of the Nigerian Army Gusau Zamfara State to enhance security in the Northwest Zone. Governor Abubakar Atiku Bagudu made the presentation shortly after receiving the outgoing and incoming commanders of the brigade, who paid him a courtesy call at Government House, Birnin Kebbi. Usman Abdullahi Shehu has more.
Presenting the vehicles to the Nigerian Army, Governor Abubakar Atiku Bagudu, represented by the Secretary to the State Government, Alhaji Babale Umar Yauri, described security as everybody's business and restated his commitment to continue supporting the military and other security in the fight against banditry and other security challenges in the country. Governor Bagudu, who thanked the outgoing brigade commander for his maximum cooperation and tireless effort, also urged his successor to use his vast experience in tackling security challenge in the region.
I'm sure that the incoming brigade commander, who has experience of the Northeast, will use that experience to bear on the Northwest, especially the angle of Zamfara, Sokoto, and Kebbi.
The outgoing brigade commander, Brigadier General Bello, commended Governor Bagudu for his relentless support to the Nigerian Army and his determination to see insecurity-free region. In his remarks, the incoming brigade commander, Brigadier General Muhammadu Bello Wabili, solicited for continuous support of the state government, assured to do his best in ensuring Kebbi State remains one of the peaceful states in the country. Usman Abdullahi Shehu, NTA News.
And that's it from here. It's back to Elizabeth for the continuation of the news. Good afternoon.
Thank you so much, Asmao. The former Chief of Defense Staff, General Olorunshakin Abayomi, has formally pulled out of service. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa covered the event.
As I take a final bow from the armed forces of Nigeria.
For 40 years, General Olorunshakin served in the Nigerian military as a commissioned officer, reaching the peak of his career 5 years, 6 months ago, where he served as a Chief of Defense Staff. Now it is time to bow out, and the military, in line with tradition, is according the 4-star general a befitting farewell. The pulling out ceremony for General Olorunshakin Abayomi, the former Chief of Defense Staff, began with the traditional review of parade and the valedictory speech.
I wish to state that I am leaving the armed forces of Nigeria in the hands of competent and experienced successors, who, apart from being a former commander of the multinational joint task force, a former commander Operation Lafia Dole, and a former Chief of Defense Training and Operations, have also been fully involved in all operational and other initiatives of defense headquarters under my watch. I urge you all to continue to work with greater commitment and support to the Chief of Defense Staff and Service Chiefs in order to achieve the mandate of addressing the state of insecurity in our dear country.
Finally, service chiefs and other senior military officers pulled out the 16th Chief of Defense Staff out of service. From the Mogadishu cantonment in Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
Instead, talking security in an effort to stem the increasing rate of criminal activities in Cross River State, the Nigerian Army 13th Brigade has handed over a gang of armed robbery suspects to the State Police Command. Archibald Bass reports that the 4 suspects arrested for various crimes are to be investigated and prosecuted.
One of the suspects was arrested on January 13, 2021 by troops deployed on Operation Apako while on patrol at Ibiaye Rubber Plantation in Biase, local government area of Cross River State. Preliminary investigation reveals that the suspect with his accomplice, one Mr. Bassi, who is at large, were armed with locally made pistols while attempting to steal palm fruit from the plantation.
I said, what do you want to use it for? He said, you just hold it. He was driving on his bike, while me, I was driving on my bike. So when we went there, the banga that he said I should come and follow him to carry. And we did not even see the banga, so our way back.
Also arrested were 3 suspects by men of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps for allegedly robbing one Mr. Akanudo at number 42 Palm Street, Calabar, while the remaining 5 gang members are at large.
Not knowing that, running out, he went to call and civil defense, which is Operation Paco. When they come inside the compound, the boys that did that, they ran away and I was arrested.
The mandate of the state security outfit Operation Paco to root out criminal elements from the state is still ongoing, with results to show. In Calabar, Achibombasi, NTA News.
And a Rivers State High Court sitting in Port Harcourt are sentenced to death by hanging Shodi Matambweke for the murder of a courier agent Chukuma Eleje. Justice Chigozie Igwe, who delivered the judgment, however, discharged and acquitted the second defendant, Divine Nabi. Kingsley Amajiri reports.
The late Jumia delivery agent was murdered while trying to deliver some items ordered online by the first defendant in March 2017. Justice Igwe sentenced the first defendant to death by hanging for murder and armed robbery after hearing arguments from the prosecution and defense counsels. The court discharged and acquitted the second defendant.
We are satisfied that the principal offender, the person who caused this thing to happen, has been convicted. There was a 50-50 chance of the second defendant being convicted, but the law is clear that it's better for a guilty man to go home than an innocent man be convicted. So we are certainly satisfied that justice is served.
The convict has already instructed us to lodge an appeal at the Court of Appeal against the conviction.
The late Jumia delivery agent was killed and his body dumped in a septic tank. Subsequent investigation led to the discovery of the deceased body and arrest of the prime suspect in 2017. In Port Harcourt, Kingsley Amajiri, NTA News.
Let's now take a ride to Ibadan, where Larry is standing by with some reports for us. Nice to see you, Larry.
To see you too, Elizabeth, and welcome to Ibadan. Sequel to the recent crisis at Shasha community in Ibadan, a delegation of northern governors led by Kebbi State Governor Abubakar Atiku Bagudu have paid an on-the-spot assessment to Shasha. Correspondent Ayomi Ku Ajibola reports that the delegation during the visit sued for peace.
The Northern Abubakar Atiku Bagudu of Kebbi State, Abdullahi Ganduje of Kano, Abubakar Sani of Niger, and Bello Matawali of Zamfara State, alongside Governor Seyi Makinde, visited the community to assess the level of destruction at the scene of clash between 2 ethnic groups. They appealed to youth of both tribes in the community to eschew violence and embrace peace, especially at this trying period.
We saw the damage and we appreciate what the governor has done so far, and community leaders, youth groups, and security agencies. It's important to know that the streets of Ibadan are calm. There are no people chased, and people are supporting each other to resume normalcy. And we are glad that the governor is rendering assistance. We are also going to support him. In fact, we have given a token to support those who are already displaced.
The delegation later went into consultation with the Seriki Shasha and Bale of Shasha, where they appealed to both sides to stop hostilities and forge a more formidable bond for peaceful coexistence. Earlier, Governor Seyi Makinde held a closed-door meeting with the delegation of the northern governors. In Ibadan, Ayomiku Ajibola, NTA News.
Federal government's extension of deadline for linking of national identification number NIN with SIM cards has further eased the exercise for residents of border communities who have no access to alternative registration centers. Correspondent Tokwe Alabi has an update from Imekwa border area.
Federal government's extension of deadline in the linkage of National Identification Number (NIN) with subscribers' identification number SIM cards came with the opening of hundreds of centers for mobile network operators and partners licensed by the National Identity Management Commission (NIMC) to enroll and capture more Nigerians to reduce overcrowding and community transmission of COVID-19 at centers. Imekwa for local government area in Ogun West Senatorial District is not blessed with the luxury of additional licensed partners for the people to register, as they have to cope with the only capturing machine available for the area.
We have a system, we call it booking system. They come, they will give them a date, they will come the particular dates, they ask them to come.
About 2 weeks ago, though during that time the machine was faulty. I've done it successfully.
I came here to do my NIN because I want to write my JAM this year.
From January till date, about 1,320 persons have been registered. From Imeko, Tokwe Alabi, NTA News.
Elizabeth is standing by in our Abuja studios for continuation of Nationwide.
Thank you, Lanre. President Muhammad Buhari has pledged that the federal government will support more investments in Lagos State towards boosting its economic potential as one of the world's fastest-growing megacities. The president made the pledge in a video goodwill message to the Engbeti local Lagos Economic Summit. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo has details.
The Lagos Economic Summit 8 in the series has as its theme for a greater Lagos, setting the tone for the next decade. President Muhammadu Buhari told participants that his administration recognizes Lagos as central to the economic fortunes of Nigeria and has in the last few years demonstrated commitment to supporting it unleash its full socio-economic potential.
The challenges of Lagos must therefore be very clearly seen as part of the challenges of Nigeria, and the federal government will support Lagos to overcome the challenges and to thrive socially and economically. One of the significant ways in which our support has manifested to Lagos State is the sufficient federal funding that we approved in 2020 in acknowledgement of the state being an epicenter of the coronavirus pandemic.
He said apart from granting approval to the Lagos State government to rebuild the International Airport Road, the Presidential Infrastructure Development Fund is also investing in the reconstruction of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway as well as Apapa Oshodi Onushakin Expressway, a flagship project of the government's road infrastructure tax credit scheme. The standard gauge railway linking Lagos to Ibadan, the president said, is also being completed and milestone extension achieved into the port complex in Apapa, while approval has been granted for the upgrade and development of the National Theatre into a world-class creative hub with the enterprising young Lagosians as biggest beneficiaries.
Speaking of young people, we are aware of just how central they are to the Lagos economy and to Nigeria as a whole. In the creative arts, culture, and technology sectors, we are determined to continue to open up opportunities by which they can achieve their dreams and aspirations, as well as thrive in a safe, secure, and increasingly prosperous country. Let me also acknowledge and salute the fact that we have a forward-looking administration in Lagos that is focused on infrastructure and on improving the ease of doing business and the overall quality of life of all Lagosians.
President Buhari enjoined participants to come up with a practical master plan for achieving a Lagos that is not only innovative and productive, but ensures that its economic prosperity leaves no one behind. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
Concerned by the growing ember of disunity, anarchy and disintegration in the country, especially in the last couple of days, former head of state General Abdulsalami Abubakar has urged state government and people of vested interest to tone down the rhetorics and take full responsibility of managing divergent voices within their states. The former military leader, who was speaking at a press briefing in Mina over the state of the nation, passionately appealed to all Nigerians to embrace peace.
We appeal to the governors, the chief security officers of the various states to please seize their swords, tone down their rhetoric, and take full responsibility for managing the divergent voices and frustration within their states. It is true that we are all in a state of fear and collective anxiety. However, the last thing we need is for the enemy to sense a lack of unity on our part or a break in our ranks. While commending our security personnel for the sacrifices, we appeal to the new service chiefs and IG to rise to the urgent demands of the moment by rallying their troops and designing the best strategy for ending this tragic war that has continued to consume and destroy the foundation of our dear country. We hope that based on their field experiences in this war, they can draw up a well-coordinated program to ensure that all our resources are deployed to achieve the much-needed avoidable war.
And Ogochukwuka in our Benin studio has the next set of reports for us. Hello, Ogochukwuka.
Elizabeth, thank you for joining us. The 18,000 beneficiaries of the federal government's extended special public works initiative in Ondo State have expressed optimism that the program will not only empower them financially, but also cushion the effects of COVID-19 on them and their families. This was at the flag-off of the 774,000 special public works initiative in Akure. Olubukola Aduwo reports.
This is Matthew Olumuyiwa, 35, an artisan that deals in aluminium and one of the 18,000 beneficiaries of the initiative in Ondo State. He believes the program will elevate him financially.
I can benefit for the program to help my aluminium work to go furthermore.
Ondo State Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, while commending the federal government for its various intervention programs in alleviating poverty in the country, says the grassroots-based employment creation initiative will be considered successful if at the end of the 3 months, beneficiaries can fend for themselves and also contribute positively to the socio-economic development of the society.
Mr. President embarked on this because of the compelling need that he saw to touch lives.
The National Directorate of Employment helped beneficiaries to look beyond the economic value, but also develop a patriotic spirit by being committed to the program. Matthew and other beneficiaries in the 18 local government areas of the state are expected to work in various public works ranging from utility, environmental, infrastructure and sanitation with a monthly stipend of 20,000 naira. In Akure, Olubukola Aduwo, NTA News.
And now security, as armed robbery, kidnapping and other forms of ethnic violence continue to threaten peace and security of the country. A gathering of key players in security management in Kebbi State brainstormed on ways of achieving sustainable peace and security for the growth and development of the nation. Ayodeji Ogunshaki tells us more.
Worried by the increasing rate of insecurity and the need to address the main needs, stakeholders, which include security operatives, traditional rulers, community leaders, ethnic groups, artisans, market women, and religious leaders brainstormed on the way to checkmate insecurity and sustain relative peace in the state. Various speakers used the platform to emphasize the need for synergy to end threats to peace and security in the state.
Everybody should be security conscious. What goes around comes around.
we do business, and business can only thrive in a peaceful environment. So we are for peace. So if there's any criminal element amongst us, we cannot protect him.
We're very, very effective and work very well.
Participants were of the view that the quest for peace and security must be a collective responsibility. From Ado-Ekiti, Ayode Jogunshaki, NTA News.
You're still watching the news. We now take another break. We have more reports thereafter from Abuja. Please stay.
Nigerian youths are about the greatest assets the country has at the moment. It is therefore not surprising that the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari is strategically responding to the yearnings of the youth through multiple projects and programs. Youth Entrepreneurship Support Years by Bank of Industry, the Youth Investment Fund by the CBN, and several other conditional cash transfer programs. Recruitment of 774,000 social workers, majority of whom are youths, and so many other projects that are beneficial to youths directly or indirectly. If the administration can do all this, definitely with a degree of patience and time, it can achieve more. Nigerian youths must come together to say no to terrorism, no to vandalism, and no to all disruptive tendencies. Hashtag Youth for Greater Nigeria. Pacifying the youths, unifying the nation.
The broadcast media ecosystem is dynamic and requires continuous training for practitioners to perform optimally. NTA TV College Jos invites relevant officers to the following specially packaged training programs. Intermediate online news reporting skills. Date 1st March to 12th March 2021. 2 weeks. Studio lighting indoor and outdoor. Date 1st March to 5th March 2021. 1 week. Modern trends in broadcast media marketing. Date 15th March to 9th April 2021. 4 weeks. Understanding public service rules and mastering the art of standard minute writing, reports, memoranda, and briefs. Date 15th February to 12th March 2021. 4 weeks. The course fee for the 4-week courses is 100,000 naira per participant. The fee for the 2-week course is 80,000 naira, while the course fee for the 1-week course is 40,000 naira only. Accommodation inclusive. Venue for all the courses is the serene and secure environment of NTA TV College near Old Government House, Rayfield, Jos. For more inquiries, please call 0803-314-4383 or 0806-980-9807. NTA TV College, Jos. Training you to be the best you want to be. Focus on the game changer, His Excellency Governor Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa State. Broadcasting in a digital economy, Maxwell Lobo gives an insight. This edition also features Nancy Naji of AIT, a name synonymous with business. Meet the NCDC boss, Dr. Chikwe Ihekweazu. TV Guide, your indispensable companion, also x-rays the relevance of social media in the modern society. Meet some TV professionals who have impacted their spaces and other inspiring stories in sports, entertainment, and lots more. Grab a copy at the vendor near you or NTA stations nationwide. TV Guide, your indispensable companion.
Thanks for staying with the NTA. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control has confirmed 574 new cases of COVID-19 in the country. From the new infections, Kwara has the highest with 98, followed by Lagos with 81, Edo 59, Ondo 44, FCT 41, Kano 34, Ogun 33, Kaduna 29, Osun 28, and Enugu 23. Other Star Rivers 18, Delta 16, Akwa Ibom 15, Bauchi 12, Imo 10, Borno, and Niger States 8 each. Kebbi 7, Nasarawa 5, Gombe 3, and Ekiti State has 2 new infections. Nigeria has 146,928 confirmed cases of COVID-19, out of which 123,009 have been treated and discharged, while 1,761 died of the virus. Sports is next with Samuel Johnson.
Ahead of the next home game of the Super Eagles against the Squirrels of Benin Republic in the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers, Super Eagles head coach Janet Rohr has inspected facilities at the main bowl of the Teslim Balogun Stadium, Lagos. Chairman of the Lagos State Sports Commission, Shola Ayekpeku, alongside Vice President of the Nigeria Football Federation, Seyi Akinwumi, and other sports administrators took the coach around the 25,000 capacity stadium. The Lagos State Sports Commission says it is proposing the stadium to CAF to host the Eagles AFCON qualifiers because the edifice meets all international requirements.
We're very happy. We're very happy. Saw the dressing rooms, top class. Technical things to be done, just one or two things to be done to make sure that it's match ready.
From the foreign scene, actions will continue on Wednesday in the UEFA Champions League when FC Porto takes on Juventus, while Sevilla will lock arms with Borussia Dortmund. In the English Premier League, table toppers Manchester City will attempt to extend its lead with an away date with Everton on Wednesday, while Burnley and Fulham will square up for honours. And in volleyball, the Nigeria Volleyball Federation has pruned the under-18 female and the under-19 male national teams camped in Kaduna in preparation for the Junior Nations Cup. Over 70 players invited to the camp have been pruned to 20 in the categories.
We are building the team ready for the big task.
We are developing new teams, and so we are going to have a very good outing.
Nigeria is to host the two championships between 1st and 9th of March in Abuja, Nigeria. With sports update, Samuel Johnson, NTA News.
And that's Nationwide today. Thank you so much for being a part of it. I'm Elizabeth Omori. Good evening.
Social media platforms: Facebook at NTA Network News, Instagram at NTA Network, Twitter at NTA News Now, YouTube at NTA News Online. Or visit www.nta.ng. For live streaming, visit www.nta.ng/live. Now, you can stay updated on the go, be it on your TV, iPhone, laptop, or iPad, or download the NTA mobile application from your Play Store or App Store. NTA, you can beat the rich.
Information is power. Everyone wants power. So feel powerful with the NTA News mobile app, the one-stop information center. Real news at your fingertip. Be the first to report by uploading first-hand information on the U-Report link, and be the first to know by simply clicking on any of the links on the sidebar for headlines, domestic and foreign news, economy, security, politics, sports, and more. Stream live on your smartphone and tablets and stay connected. It's pretty easy. Simply download NTA News app from your Google Play Store and you're good to go. NTA News mobile app, your access to real-time information.
NTA News. When the news breaks, we mend it and present it without blemish. NTA News, authentic and authoritative.
network service of the NTA.
Would you like to join the fun bus? It's time for a ride in the fun bus. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, make sure you're around. There's plenty of learning to be done. Come and join the fun bus. Let's all sing this song. Learning is fun. Here we go. Would you like to join the fun bus? Every ride in the fun bus with Zubi and Sibi, Berry and Whippy. When the fun bus is around, there's plenty of action and fun. Come and join the fun bus. Let's all sing this song. Learning is fun. Here we come. Would you like to join the fun bus?
Hello, boys and girls. Fun bus is here again, and it promises to be as interesting as ever as we learn more about safety in different forms, know the importance of time in our lives, why we don't waste our precious time away, listen to some of our nursery friends tell us about little monkeys, see Patricia showing us what she can do without mom's supervision, and also a good story. Stay tuned as it promises to be fun. I am your friend, Irene Akman.
Let's all sing this song. Learning is fun. Here we come. Would you like to join the fun bus?
Next, keep guessing.
Let's all sing this song. Learning is fun. Here we come. Would you like to join the fun bus?
5 safety tips. 1. Know your home address and your mom and dad's phone numbers. 2. Do not eat anything given by a stranger. 3. Do not climb a fence or a table. 4. Never play with fire. 5. No one is allowed to touch your body.
Let's all sing this song. Learning is fun. the bed. One little monkey jumping on the bed. One fell down and broke his head. Mother called the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. One little monkey jumping on the bed. One fell down and broke his head. Mother called the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. Three little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell down and broke his head. Mother called the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. Two little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell down and broke his head. Mother called the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. Monkeys jumped on the bed. One fell down and broke his head. Mother called the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed.
You are watching Fumbles. Excellent performance by our friends from the nursery section. Now, let's see why we should never ever play with our time.
Let's all sing this song. Learning is fun. Here we come. Would you like to join the fun bus?
Hello friends, my name is Jamlodu. I'm here to talk about facts about time. Time is very important. Time is what we measure in seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, years, and even seasons. Time is a plan, schedule, or arrangement when something should happen or be done. So people at home, let's make a very good use of our time. Bye.
Time is life. Time to play.
Time to pray.
Time to study.
Time to eat.
It's time for everything. COVID-19 is a period. It will pass away.
Enjoy fun bus. Let's all sing this song. Learning is fun. Here we come. Would you like to join the fun bus?
I am so blessed by that, Michelle. I know I must be focused in whatever I do because there is time for everything. Have you ever been to Calabar? If you haven't, here are 10 interesting places you can visit. Have you ever been to Calabar? Calabar is a port city in southeastern Nigeria, near the Cameroon border, the capital of Cross River State. Calabar was the first capital of Nigeria. Efik is the predominant language. It is a tourist state. The slogan of Calabar is People's Paradise. 10 interesting places you can visit in Calabar. 1. Slave Museum in Marina Beach. 2. Obudu Mountain Resort. 3. Tinapa Resort. 4. Mary Slessor's House, Odupani. 5. Botanic Gardens of Portugal Island. 6. Agbokun Waterfalls, Ikom. 7. Millennium Park. 8. Marina Resort. 9. Cross River National Park, Ikom. 10. Duketown Church, Duketown, Calabar.
It's fun. Here we come. Would you like to join the fun bus?
excellent performance. Pat, keep it up. It's story time now. Let's see what Oki is up to.
Let's all sing this song. Learning is fun. Here we come. Would you like to join the fun bus? I must say let's go. Let's go out and wash my hands. Wash my hands. When I'm not, don't be friends. I must wash my hands. Friends and I will be reading a story titled Oki and the Virus. Come along. Oki and Oket were acorns who loved to play outside with their friends. Oki and Oket were brother and sister. One day, a bad virus came to town. If the virus went into Oki's or Oket's mouth or nose, they could get